Yeah.
God.
Wow.
Babe, the house is so beautiful.
We're your new neighbors, and we thought we'd drop by to say hello.
I'm Joy, and this is my husband, Greg.
Howdy.
We have such great neighbors.
Hello, I'm Rebecca. I'm one of your new neighbors. Everyone just calls me Becky.
Measha,
Let's do
these
it.
these your neighbors. This how they get down out of Texas, Measha.
Unmute yourself.
Southern hospitality. That's what I hear.
Speak on it.
No, actually, the part of Texas that I live in is Houston. It's just like any other big city. Everybody minds their business.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so in case you guys have not heard of this basically, I mean, it's pretty obvious. This is a story about I'm going to read it straight from IMDb. A pretty twisted and dangerous woman becomes obsessed with a happily married man who recently moves into the neighborhood and wreaks havoc in every aspect of the couple's life. Yeah, so I want to remind you guys, this is spoiler free to the best of our ability. The Dad Parent has always been good at it. We need to follow his footsteps and spoiler free. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, Measha, it's been a minute since we had you bless us with your appearance. Please just tell us what your initial impression was when we threw this at you, saying, "Hey, we're gonna review this," and you found out what you were getting into. What was your initial impression?
So, I looked at the title and I basically was able to tell what the entire movie was going to be about. So that was my initial impression. I was just it looked from what preview I saw, I was like, at least it was shot well. It looks like they had more than $5 for the budget. Okay, let's jump into this and see what spin they put on the evil white girl backstory.
Gotcha. JS1, what was your initial impression when I dropped this on you?
Tubi.
You were just ready. You were ready for all of that.
I saw the poster. I know what I'm here for.
You know. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, Dad Panther, let me ask you, because you're somebody that actually watched this without even being asked. So what was your initial impression when you came across this?
It was funny because I got the text of saying this is the movie we're gonna do. I'm like, I already saw it. It's like I saw it as soon as it dropped on Prime. My first initial expectations of this was it should be better than Karen. Karen came out in 2021, and that was a hot mess. But my standards change when I look at an independent film, if you would. So low standards.
Okay.
I just wanted it to be messy. That's it.
All right. So low standards. So same for me. When I saw the poster, this is not an original story. We already knew we was getting. The first thing that came to mind was like, oh, we finna get another Obsessed. Y'all remember that movie?
Yes.
With
also, not good.
I was just about to say, we might have to put that on the Black Watch and debate it out.
Who want to fight me today? It's somebody every time.
I'm just saying, you got balls to publicly diss the queen of R&B. Like, so I'm just gonna gracefully bow out and be like,
I mean, they can come here and fight me. I work from home, so I'm in the same place all day.
It's like I'm always saying, you can always find me. That's what it is. Yeah. So when I saw it, I was like, okay. I mean, it makes sense. How long ago that came out? It came out in 2009. I was like, yeah, it's probably time for another. Yeah. So that was my initial impression. All right. So Measha, please hit us with your highs and lows. Let's get your review on this movie, please.
You asked for highs. Wow. So my highs are, I feel like they knew where they wanted to go with this, but it gave me, again, I've seen this story a million times with how like you want to go out and you want to get McDonald's and your mom is like, oh, we got McDonald's at the house, and makes you like a little homemade. I feel like somebody was like, we got we got Jordan Peele at the house. Okay,
Mm.
we gonna remix. We gonna remix this evil white people, and the ending. I just let me not jump ahead of myself. Someone else.
Okay. You want to take a moment? You want to take a moment?
I do. I want to take a moment because I feel like I'm gonna rant if I go
Okay.
on right now, but I definitely felt like the writing and acting could have been better. I feel like they were just stealing a plot line and trying to remix it with new actors, which is cool. I mean, if you're able to pull it off, but that wasn't a thing that happened here.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Dad Panther, how about you, sir?
I'm gonna say, and again, because it's indie, I'm gonna say the highs of it would be, one of it would be just how it's shot. It was shot like the budget was decent as far as a movie of that caliber. The sound was good, editing wasn't so bad, but the cast face value looked like a good cast. It was a nice little blend. It was a nice location. I felt like it was real and you can immerse yourself into the story. Now, some of the good stuff was the chances that they took with taking something that we've already seen and trying to put a coat of paint on it, and it wasn't a full coat. It was like a slight spray off on certain areas. The bad I would say out of this was they didn't do anything new to this to get you to maybe tell someone to watch it, other than watch this train wreck, watch how messy this is. Now, as far as that world they set you in, they kept teetering between what's true and what's not true, because they'll say things like, this house, we've been living in this neighborhood for 30 years. Those are new construction homes, ma'am. Them shits were not around.
Right.
No, 30 years. Like, they would do certain things like that. Like, you would say something in your head and you would watch it and you're like, oh, they did exactly what I would do. Look through the window. And then they would completely forget that 5 seconds after. And probably the biggest thing, and there's no shade to this young lady, Becky, that was not the Becky that I would risk it all for. I'm just saying. I know we're looking for Becky with the good hair, but
Becky with the good head. I'm sorry.
Or either or. Take what you want. Take what you want.
Don't be having nothing to do with the body and face sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was Maury. That was like, when they come out and you're like, you left me for her? It would be one of those. So I appreciated the realness, but that's my highs and lows.
All right, you found some highs. You pulled some out of there. So I'm gonna be really quick and say, to be honest, I didn't have any highs. You know what I'm saying? I tried to find some, and I'm not gonna every single time just compliment, because we know that there's a way you can make things look good even when you shoot your cell phone. So at a certain point, we got to stop letting that be. That's just got to be automatic. I'll start calling it out if it's not looking good, but I can't make that a high. Everything's now, even with your cell phone, you can make it look good. All right. So for me, my biggest low, because I know I don't want to end up saying stuff that everybody else is going to say. So I will say the low for me is the how horribly exaggerated it was on both ends. How horribly exaggerated Becky was to make it seem like that that these white girls just be throwing it at the brother so heavy. You know what I'm saying? It was way too much. Okay. And then on the flip side of that, for him to be acting so thirsty, then be, but then when the situation started developing, he acts so taken aback and appalled, and like, bro, like, there was no balance in the writing. Like, I would have rather the characters have been written a little bit more reasonable with some real chemistry, not just like, hey, all you got to do is ask and it's yours. And he's like, hey, I'm going to get as much as I can without getting in trouble. And then all of a sudden I super love my wife. I don't even want to act like that. Like, it was ridiculous to me. And that was really bothering me. I wish it was a little bit more creative with the writing and the chemistry and how things happen. And it was such, we all knew what was coming. It was so predictable. But I think another low for me is, I know for a fact is the way things played out. The way people started moving on from the film. Okay. Some of that stuff was definitely unnecessary, right? Way unnecessary. And then some of that stuff wouldn't have even been detected, So all of a sudden somebody realized that these people have moved on, and I'm like, but how did y'all know and know so fast? You know what I'm saying? It's just when I'm sitting there the whole time, like really stopping and asking questions like that, I can't even try to get into what's being presented. And then of course there was obvious with the writing where there's moments where they just want to write a cool moment, but then they don't know how to transition to it. And so then they understand something stupid to contradict what it just happened. And I will say, like, there's a moment when the character says, I'm finna go beat that ass. Okay. And it's accepted. It's like, oh, fuck, here we go. But then the very next frame, where are you going? He's following behind the character that's going to do what she said she was going to do. Where are you going? Acting like this is ridiculous. Where are you
I
going?
don't think you should do that.
Right. But you didn't have no problem with it just in the last scene. It's like they're not thinking about the transition or the way to get to that cool moment. They're just trying to think of what they believe will be realistic in that moment, but they forgot about what they wrote. And I honestly think the script was written in about 5 minutes, maybe 6. I give them 6 minutes. This is a 6-minute pass, and that's all I got. That's all I got. JS1, can you let us know how you felt about this movie, please?
I am so surprised at my esteemed panel. How can you, educated, you know what I'm saying, loving people, bash such a great masterpiece? No, it's just playing. But what I will say is, I hate this because I enjoyed this stupid film. This film, I was laughing.
It was so bad.
I was talking to the screen. This is dumb. What are you doing? Why are you standing there? Move. Say this. Like I was talking, but like I talked to the screen the entire time and felt like a retard. Why am I talking to this film? Why am I talking so much? And I was like, but to me, it made me happy because it was like, oh, I'm there's an unconscious part of me that's buying into it. The acting is at least enough to make me not feel like, oh, it's not super cringy. The acting is passable to me, and I'm cool with that. Like the shot, it were good. Like it looked good. I was like, yo, the actors, this is a Tubi joint, baby. Like, ain't nobody looking good. They ain't got no budget for a real bad bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? She out there with Future trying to get pregnant. She ain't got time for this indie movie stuff. Ain't no paychecks. Ain't no food. They don't get no trailer. She not gonna be there. So of course you gonna get the shorty that just came out of acting school. You know what I mean? Probably gave a little toppy on the side. But anyway,
Hey,
let's get refocused.
casting couch.
At the end of the day, with my Tubi, and I'm not gonna play my drop. The point I'm making is that this is a Tubi film. I did not expect anything to be good. I always expected to be bad. I was caught off guard. Now let me get to the stuff that I don't like. I have to agree with Eddie. The writing is atrocious. It is the writing is atrocious. Like, oh my God. And it's just with, like you said, contradictions. Honestly, for the first 20, 30 minutes, I could have sworn they said the movie was based out of Atlanta. And then it was like they were talking about Houston. And then I was just like, wait a minute, what? Like
That's where she went for work. It was so
okay.
Unclear.
It was kind of unclear. So that was kind of confusing. That was one main thing. The second thing is, I don't like it when you write characters and they're not doing common sense stuff. Like, just it would take the movie to another level if the person I'm watching, like, because if you're not going to do that, why he don't need to drive a Benz, just give him a horse or let him ride a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or
a dog.
Like, it ain't, Becky could have been Jewish, like, or Becky could have been fucking Indian. Like, if you're not gonna give people some common sense stuff, then none of this needs to make sense. We can just give people whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? I think lastly, what was the things that I really hated the most? Those were the two major things. And then lastly, the ending just ended, and I was like, I respected it. I respected it because you had taken me all the way to some bull crap, and this is where you got me. Good, I'm good. But it goes back into my highs, and I don't want to go to my highs there. I just want to stay with the lows. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the way it ended. But if I wanted to jump into my highs, yo, it didn't give me enough time. None of the scenes lasted too long to make me go, oh my God, like you're dragging it. They didn't drag anything. They just jumped. They went from this to that, and then they this, and then that. I was like, yo, all right, cool. And I never got tired. The thing kept going. And then when you got to ridiculous shit, we just kept going ridiculous. Like, yo, like once, how did Eddie say it? Like once people transition, once I found out that transition was going to be a part of the film, they just started. It was like every other scene. I was like, oh, she is really gangster for that, and I love that. I was like, I enjoyed it. At the end of the day, no, there's no common sense behind why I feel the way I feel. Would I watch this again? I want to watch this with my homeboys drunk. I do. Like this is pack of beer. Yo, niggas high, and everybody just sit around and be like, this is horrible. This has 80s, late night TV sensibilities. I'm cool with it. When I saw the name Becky, for y'all to try to put a standard on it, how dare you? How dare you?
I feel like there was also
Panther and Eddie. I ain't talking about what I was expecting. It was expecting what? It's a Tubi movie, you know what I'm saying, with a bad name.
I wanted to be surprised. I was hoping that getting this opportunity, they were going to try exceed our expectations. That's what I was hoping.
Nope. And what you talking about? What opportunity? They on Tubi, nigga. Only person on there watching.
It was on Prime.
It was on Prime, actually.
It was on Prime. Yeah. It's not even on Tubi yet.
Amazon about to get into that.
That's the only reason I chose it, to be honest. When I was like, oh, Prime getting behind this, So, all right. But anyway, Measha.
It's easy to get on. Let me tell you something. It's easy to get on.
It is. And you're right. I made a mistake of thinking it was a Prime original, and that was my fuck up. And I apologize. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a Prime original. And I realized, oh, no, it's just on Prime. And I fucked up, and then now here we are.
Now, also, there is another movie named Becky that was done by the big studio houses. And it's like a murder
horror,
type of thing. And when I was looking at the movie and I saw that, I said, wait a minute, this poster looks way too high quality to be. Oh, here we go, to the left. Okay,
wrong one.
This is Tubi one. This is Tubi. Oh, Tubi.
So Measha, now that you had a chance to gather your thoughts, and what do you want to say about this film?
I want to echo what everyone else said. I also want to say there was zero research done. We didn't really know what the wife did for a living. She went to the meeting and they're like, so what are the projections? And she's like, well, if you market and advertise, then we'll make money. And everyone was like, then we get to, what was another big problem I had with this film? Fight choreography was terrible. Special effects makeup was
no fight choreography. Stop. That's not
they didn't choreograph. They didn't choreograph that. That was a two-step. That was I don't know what it was.
Elements here, like, you know what I'm saying?
It was a two-step, and one of them was offbeat. It was crazy. The special effects makeup was horrible. I feel like the intense scenes were overacted. As you said, it was just like, I'm gonna beat this bitch ass. Don't go. You said you loved me. Get the fuck out my way. I really couldn't do it. And then for him to crawl his almost lifeless body over to his wife, and the ending of the movie be why did you insert comedy in that last line? I just feel everything was out of place. I don't know if they had a deadline and they were like, all right, we got to wrap this shit up, guys. I don't know what, there was no really development of what him being a police officer and how that tied into, like, I don't know. I think things were started and not finished. Let's throw a whole bunch of details in here. Let's make it action. Let's make it murder mystery. There was no mystery. We could tell everything that was going to happen. Knew she was going to kill the old people from the scene.
Hey, you spoiling? You spoiling? Don't spoil.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Knew she was gonna.
I got done there.
No, knew she was gonna have a little issue with them.
Let me tell you something. Favorite characters was the old niggas. Them's my favorite characters.
I feel like the old woman was my favorite character.
Grandma.
No, behind you. Give me that. Hussy.
She was like, you feeling self-conscious, ain't you? I was like, ooh.
And then she kept with it, Hussy. I'm like,
back in my day, we used to call you home wreckers.
The thing that I think that would have made this movie better, if you could say that, is if they just put the lens on realistically would have helped flush out some from the story. Now, the guy who wrote this and directed this, he's produced other stuff. He lives in Houston and he was trying to be a police officer and he switched over to doing something like this. So there's that angle in the movie. But there was things, and then maybe just me as a black man, there's some shit that I was like, yo, you can't do that. Like when he was sitting there washing the car and then she came around the corner and her legs would look busted. I'm like, there's no reason for me to look up anymore. There's no reason to look up. You might got some, I'm good, whatever. And every time go for it.
Sneaking into the neighbors' backyard to see their pool. There was so much. Does nobody have home alarm systems? Does nobody?
He's supposed to be a police officer soon.
Okay, we're spoiling the shit out of this movie.
Hey, listen. Hey, somebody already said something.
Let's not go too far, please.
I'm not going too far. I'm not putting any details. I'm just saying, when you watch this movie, whether you're a male or female, whether you're different parts of the world, you're gonna look at this at a certain lens. And if they would have just wrote it that way, the understanding you would say, maybe I'm not gonna do that. Touch that door.
Wait a minute, was the writer white? Because I don't feel like.
No, he's black.
He must not be married. Because ain't no way a married man gonna. If you got a black wife, you can't keep certain information omitted because that's
still a line.
Still definite.
Yeah, it is. It does.
I was like,
and we're not gonna spoil anything, but there's moments. So we'll just. I'm just saying.
There was just a lot of. I'm not detecting. When my husband's like, oh, nothing. There was a lot of that in this movie, and it's like, realistically, who wouldn't be like, this nigga's acting strange as fuck?
And that's what the problem I had about the exaggeration on both sides.
That nigga was cooking his ass off. He was cooking and fucking. He was doing the two things you're supposed to do as a husband. He was cleaning, cooking, and fucking, and he was doing it every day.
Yeah,
so
but he was also fucking up and making bad choices. He makes the first bad choice, and I go say nothing. The first 13 minutes, I had to go back and rewind. I'm like, we only 12 minutes in, and he's making bad choices. And then he does it again. I'm like, he's just bad choice after bad choice. Also, that last scene was probably written like a wrestling match. Like to go over for the pin and just lay there and just like,
what is this nigga good for? What is he good for? You ain't got no job.
Absolutely nothing.
You ain't spending nothing. You ain't keeping nobody safe. And you trying
definition
to
of risking it all.
You ain't never got no job, nigga. Yo, they should have killed this nigga.
They should have called him Tommy. See, yeah, they should have named.
She did call him Tommy. What are you talking about? Anyway, all right.
Are
we going to review time? Is it a classic? Is it a good watch? Is it a catch on streaming? Is it not doing it for me? Or is it a hell no? Or the coveted? If you ever show me this ever again, I will. You and ma'am, would you be the first to give us your rating for this film?
I'm absolutely swinging on y'all if you ever show me this film.
And they come over, hey girl, I got some chicken for you. I got some Schlitz malt liquor. And look, baby, I just got this brand new DVD. Becky,
yeah. You kept both hands. Both in great shape.
It's on.
There were no positives. I feel like even if I had watched this altered, it wouldn't have been good.
All right, Dad Panther. Let's get your rating, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a catch on streaming.
Oh my God.
Catch on streaming. Like I said, I enjoy movies like this where I get to sit back, watch it. It's messy, just like some TikTok have me going down a side path. And as crazy as this is, there are people that do this every day, and they're gonna sit on the couch next to somebody and say, "See why you couldn't do what he did." And I'm like, you saw all that shit he did that was bad, and somebody gonna be like, "But he fixed it though. He did this." So.
I mean, I don't think he fixed it, but I mean, I'm not trying to
I don't think so either. I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I'm trying to I'm getting the view of the thing, like, what's going on?
Spoil it. You can't spoil it. All right. Eddie.
All right, show me my options again, please.
This nigga gotta look. Let me see what's on
the menu. I know.
I come in here every day. And I know what's on here, but just in case something speaks to me.
The hush puppies.
Listen, because I actually did laugh, even though I hated this movie, but because like James was saying,
it's not a comedy.
But it helped me and my fiance get through it. We was yelling at the TV too, and so for that reason, I'm gonna have to give it. Oh hell no! I'm not gonna say I can't. I'm gonna slap anybody. Oh hell no!
Yo. Wow. God damn. Yo, I love you, Dad Panther. We finally agree on something, bro.
Oh, shit.
My brother.
Is this the part where I go up like they did and tap the Ring camera? But it's on a different side. It's not angle right for the camera that you see soon they back out.
Another moment with inconsistent writing.
Yeah,
but when we get off, I'm gonna tell you exactly
like,
what she said. I'm gonna tell you exactly what she said. When we get out of here, I don't want to spoil it.
We're gonna have a long discussion about this when we get off camera. Right. But yo,
this might be another episode. I don't know, y'all.
I'm down for it.
I recommend this for a bad night, bro. It like, yo, this is great. Go get you some liquor. Go get you a pound of that sticky, icky. Yo, call the homies, bring them over to the crib and press play. Yo, if you got a relationship on the rocks, yo, just end it with this one. Yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
Or you can watch Obsessed and Single White Female and combine those for a better experience. But I'm just saying.
There we go. And at least somebody you know will be in the
Yeah. All right. So I think we got out of here pretty much unscathed. Some Dad Panther may disagree on how much was spoiled, but we made it through.
This movie was better than that Tyler Perry divorce movie.
Don't get me started, please.
Oh, he did it. Oh, he did it.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree, Dad Panther. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
A lot is better than that movie.
Things we agreed on. This is scary. We never agree. So I don't know what's going on. This nigga that took a vacation and came back on my side. God damn. Wearing red. God damn.
You guys are just in sync, man.
Yeah, I know. Let's go.
And now there's two of y'all here that want to fight me.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So, all right. So Becky on Prime right now. Eventually, it will be on Tubi. So, so if you don't have a Prime membership, whatever, and you can't watch Prime Video, that's fine. It will be on Tubi. Let us know what you think about the movie if you watch it in the comments. Let us know what you think about this review. Chime in, spoil all you want in the comments. And just warning you anybody else is reading the comments, you may get spoilers, so you may want to watch the movie before you start scrolling through there. But we definitely want everybody's feedback on this one. You want to know where y'all hit us at, how y'all feel about this review.
Real reviews, live and unapologetic.